Hi you guys, and welcome back to Dandor ASMR. Today I have on my little Edward Scissorhand things, and I'm going to be tapping on this cup. I'm also going to be telling a little bit of a life update slash just having some encouraging words for those who may not be very happy around the holidays, and just kind of sharing my personal story, and yeah, just giving some words of encouragement. So this might be a little bit heavier of a video, but I am going to try to still make it tingly. So this is a red Starbucks cup. It looks like a bunch of rubies. I don't go to Starbucks because I don't know how to order there, and it gives me anxiety. And I got this cup at a work Christmas party. Alright, I'm gonna be doing some light scratching and tapping on this while I get into my little spiel for Christmas. So first, I just want to say to each one of you that I do hope you're having a good holiday season, whether you celebrate or do not celebrate. And if you're having a little bit of a hard time this year, I just want to let you know that you're not alone, you're not alone, you're not alone. Edward Scissorhands is here with you. But seriously, you're not alone. I think a lot of people do struggle during the holiday season, and that's okay. You know, I think there's too much societal pressure to have a great holiday season, and it's there's a lot of us out there who are not, having the best feeling about things. And that's alright, You're fine. You're perfectly fine. Some people are dealing with loss. Some people just can't stand Christmas music, and that's okay. Some people are going through something rough right now and just can't be bothered. Maybe you're struggling with money and you're disappointed in your gifting this year. Whatever it is, you're valid in your situation, and I want you to know that it's okay to not be okay sometimes. It's okay to not be okay. It's okay. In life, you're always going to have ups and downs, ups and downs, ups and downs. Nobody is ever going to ride the highs all the time, and not everyone's going to stay in the lows all the time either. It's not linear. Not linear. That's the thing about life. I'm always grateful for my life. I'm not always happy with it, but I'm always grateful because there's people out there who would do anything to be able to live a little bit more. And so I don't take the fact that I'm here on earth healthy and able for granted. That being said, there are definitely times I don't want to be here, and I think you can be grateful for life and not want to live at the same time. Because at the end of the day, me not wanting to live is really about me just wanting to get some rest and peace. And I think that's what it's like for a lot of people. We're trying to escape something painful. And, you know, that's how I've always felt. And I've never really wanted to die, but I've always just wanted to escape a situation that dying seems easier to do. Nobody likes to do hard things, you know? And unfortunately, hard things are a part of life. But here is the catch. We have free will, free will, free will. And a lot of us are more in control of our situations than sometimes we even want to give ourselves credit for. Because doing so would admit that we are also in the position to change. And who wants to do that? So I've had a hard time this year. And part of the things that are going on currently that have made me not so jolly is the fact that I had a family member die back in the fall, and it left another family member of mine completely just beside herself, and she can't be left alone. So my parents are caregiving for her 24/7, and I have been away from my family for a long time at this point, and I really miss them. I'm very, very close with my family. So this holiday season hasn't exactly been the most stress-free. There's been lots of hospital visits, lots of planning involved for the end of life for my living relative. And, you know, nobody is trying to deal with all that at any time, let alone during the holidays. On top of my own mental health, which has been very up and down this year. And even though I feel pretty good, I still have my moments that are like, holy shit, like life's kicking my ass. And that's been hard. I went through a lot of crazy things this year. I started a medication for the first time because of my depression. I lost 10 years clean from self-harm this year. This would have been my year 10, and I relapsed back in the summer. So yeah, without getting too personal, I've just been going through a lot. But to go back to what I was saying about you being able to change, is that I decided that if I was going to stay alive, which is the right choice. The right choice is to stay here. That I was gonna live my life 100% the way that I wanted to. That I was gonna surround myself with the people that I love. Go to the places I love. Do what I love damn near every day. And actively choose that. Not to compromise, not to water myself down for anyone. Just to 100% 100% do what I wanted, what made me happy. And that's how I am going to live my life going forward. Obviously, this is going to take some baby steps. I am a chronic people pleaser. I do not like to tell people no. I do not like anyone mad at me. But you know what? You only get one life. Why would you not be living it for yourself? That doesn't mean that you can't still be kind and compassionate and giving. You can do all of that and still live with yourself and have boundaries with yourself. And what is okay and not okay in your life. How you should and should not be treated in your life. What you're putting up with. What kind of job you're working with. The people you're surrounding yourself with. Maybe you have some friends that have been holding you down for years. And, you know, it doesn't serve you anymore. Let go of what doesn't serve you. Live for yourself. Be selfish. Take care of yourself. You only get one life. One. Why would you spend that being unhappy? You know? And I know that there's some people who may not be able to get out of certain situations just yet. And I understand that. I understand that there's certain things that are harder to be left behind. But I just want to say to have courage, have patience. Good things will come. Reach out if you need help. Some things just take a little longer to plan. And I understand that. And I never want to put anyone in danger by leaving a dangerous situation. I think in general people should just reach out to others more. There's a real lack of compassion in this world, I feel like. And we're all going through something. Every single one of us. I actually had something happen to me Friday. I was thinking about a lot. I was thinking about my relative. I was thinking about how at the end of this year I was going to take my life. And I've decided not to, and it's still kind of messing with me for some reason. So I've been kind of dealing with some feelings about that. And I was driving home. I guess I must have been right up on this person. I really don't know. I was kind of in autopilot. So I guess thanks to that gentleman for making me pay attention. But I did something that he did not like, and I'm still not sure what it was, and he brake checked me. I've never really been brake checked before, and yeah, I almost nailed him. I thought someone was in front of him, braking suddenly, which can happen, like, in the area that I was at, but then it was him, me, a car behind me who had to swerve to not get hit by the car behind them. So it would have been a 4-car accident had I not been able to stop. And so I go around him. I get into the other lane thinking, okay, I must have been riding this guy's ass because he's flipping me off. And I get in the other lane and I try to kind of speed up and get away from him, and he gunned it and started kind of riding right beside me, flipping me off the whole time. And, you know, I've been there. I've been that person, and I try not to be that person because more often than not, I'm me. And I just was going through some shit in my head. I didn't mean to do anything to this man. And he flipped me off for like another mile down the road until he turned and I went straight. And it's like, I just kind of shrugged back, you know. I didn't flip him off back because I knew people are crazy, okay? People will beat your ass, shoot you for no reason. less of a reason than that. So I just let him go and genuinely was sitting there like, damn, I was so lost in thought that I don't even really know what just happened. I guess I was just riding his ass. That's the only thing that makes sense. And so, whenever I'm around someone and they're pissing me off while driving, I think back to moments like that and I'm like, maybe this person is crying. I cry and drive all the time. So, you know, maybe this person is just old or they're a new driver or whatever. You know, you don't want to be like a negligent driver or riding somebody's ass or anything like that. I'm not giving a pass to people who suck at driving, but like, maybe everyone's going through something and maybe they just weren't paying attention. That's my point. That does happen, you know, and we should all just be a little kinder to each other, kinder to ourselves. And I'm going on a little bit of a rant now, but you know, I just want everyone who watches this to know that you are worthy of life, you are worthy of love, you are worthy of more good days. You've had good days in the past, you're gonna have good days in the future. And you know, when it is tough, reach out to somebody. I'm always happy to listen, and you know, someone needs you here. You need yourself here to make memories, to, you know, live out your life, your destiny, your legacy. And, you know, just do something once a week that you really like, that you really look forward to, and make sure you're taking care of yourself. Yourself is who matters the most. I don't care what anyone else says. If you're not taking care of yourself, you cannot take care of anything else. Okay? You can't. So take care of yourself this season, you guys. We're going into a new year. Fresh start. Fresh start, fresh start, fresh start. It'll be a great and abundant year. I am manifesting it for me and for you guys. I love you guys. Bye.